Yeah.
If you want, Beth. Oh, we are live and no one's talking, and the gimbal just did a flip. What? Hope we're not upside down, everyone.
Oh, we're upside down, definitely.
Really? There we go.
Now we're right side up.
All right, how's that for some action? It looks like creepy eyes. I love it. It looks like the eyes got deep. Ladies and gentlemen,
Definitely sweating a little
welcome to the Glass Academy. Ooh, it looks like alien eyes. Ancient aliens have returned here at the Glass Academy.
Should I flash it?
I don't know.
Is it going to stay on there? Or is it going to fall off in the hole?
It's going to stay on there. Hit the door.
Hit the door.
That's all I
Well,
can
we're
do.
live glass blowing here. We're making some pumpkins, but the first pumpkin's kind of crazy. Into the glory hole it goes. Is it going to be flaming pumpkin when you come out?
Whoa, it's sizzling.
Who can hear this? Pumpkin pie. Where's the cinnamon? All right, we're getting a nice char. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like a bowling ball. All right, some of the eyes are still intact. Some of the other eyes are leaving us.
Opa!
Want to welcome you to the holiday edition of the Gathering Point here at the Glass Academy. Welcome, everyone.
An original snail right here. Look at her go.
Yeah.
You all set up?
Got the waddle down.
It's our Halloween bonanza show.
It's been a
Halloween
good day.
special. Who gave us this? Who sent us this in the mail, you guys? It's one of our amazing customers. We didn't write it down, but we got to remember. Please comment who this was. I think it could have been like Sarah Culp or maybe, I can't quite remember.
I
Hope
think
you
it
guys
looks
all
pretty
have
good.
your candy. We're stocked up and ready to go. But now to the action.
So what do you make it, Jake?
We're going to get started here with one of potentially the final Van Gogh pumpkins of the season. As a warmer-upper, this one is a custom order, already sold, and we're warming up the wrists at the same time.
So you're using the tweezers to put all those Van Gogh Starry Night swirls into the surface of the pumpkin, right?
It's true.
And it doesn't look anything like a pumpkin right now, everybody. It pretty much is a molten glob of glass.
Molten magma.
But after he gets done doing all the color pattern of that Van Gogh Starry Night look, our signature pumpkin here at the Glass Academy, then he'll blow it out and turn it into a pumpkin for this amazing client.
And the cool thing about this is she's going to be able to watch this video. It's a gift. So after she gets the pumpkin, she can tell them to watch this show because it stays on YouTube.
And I will say we're getting into that custom order season here where we can, we're starting to do a lot of custom orders. We're lining them up, and I know a couple of you guys watching the show here tonight talking to me earlier about custom orders, and we've got some beauties lined up for both the next show this coming a week from today, the 7th, and then we've got our VIP holiday show on the 14th, folks. So that's just going to be a pretty incredible experience, and we'll tell you more about that as the show goes on.
I do want to mention it was Robin's pumpkin.
Robin
thank
brought
you
that
so
pumpkin
much.
in.
I'm going to pick this pumpkin up, and you can take a look at it up close, Oliver. Check out the texture on it.
Still smoking, too.
Still smoking
Yeah.
in my hands.
That is intense.
And it's full of beautiful crystalline glass.
Did you say that was incense? Because it does smell pretty good.
It smells like when the candles burn in the top of your pumpkin lid on the front porch, which is a memory that I always have loved.
That's cool. Have we ever even done that? We used to have candles in pumpkins on the porch when I was growing up.
But we never put the pumpkins in the fire pit. We always just had candles inside the pumpkin. And then it'd be flickering when people came up to go trick-or-treating. Here's a good question for everybody out there. What was the trick that you would do on your innocent neighbor if they didn't give you candy when you said trick or treat?
Your innocent poor neighbor.
That's right.
I'm sure Bess had plenty of tricks back in the day.
She's a trickster, aren't you?
I am more now than when I was a kid.
Ah.
But Halloween has always been one of my favorites. I've always dressed up. Obviously, I get a little more intense now that I'm older with it, more creative costumes. But no, Oliver has not put me on camera yet.
There she is, folks. You spotted her like a unicorn.
I usually have blue lipstick on when I wear this and a blue wig. My blue wig has gone MIA, so that's really upsetting to me. Plus, I was at work all day in this, so I couldn't go too crazy.
It's pretty hardcore. That is good luck having a unicorn around the studio. Good things usually do happen.
So going into the optic mold, guys, the optical mold is putting those amazing pumpkin ridges on the glass. But they're just ridges. They're not really pumpkin ridges, but because we know that this is going to be a custom pumpkin, I call them pumpkin ridges.
Will you give me a little puff?
So Patty said one of the tricks is toilet paper. You TP a neighbor's house.
Oh, yes.
Ashley says you throw eggs at the windows.
Eggs?
Eggs. That
Those
was
are the two.
Those are.
That's the Devil's Night special.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'll trade you back.
Good.
Thank you.
Toilet paper, that's called
Hello?
TPing.
Yeah, TP in someone's house.
I don't know. Post-COVID,
Good.
maybe TP is too expensive.
We did a 300 roll TP one time.
This is
Turn
just
slow.
straight up and round, right?
Straight up and round, and the stem is clear with a white interior.
Oh boy, I love it. That thing's looking good. So I was just saying, clear with a white interior on the stem. That's really gonna be sweet looking, and the color on these pumpkin stems makes it really look like what has made the pumpkin grow.
I really like this particular stem. We did a couple of these this season so far, and actually just wrote up a custom order for someone earlier today for another one similar to this. When you got a lot of colors going on in the body like this, and it's really gold and brown and iridescent heavy, there's these subtle hints of white as well. When you go for a stem that's not super gold and blinging like they usually are, doing just the white core with clear really pulls out the white core and really complements what we've got going on.
And you know what else I like when it's got the clear on it? It's when in the house at night, it's got more reflection on it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Picks
the
up the
clear
light.
and the optics, yeah.
Bouncing all around it.
Yeah. All right, so Oliver knows what the deal is. He's over by the furnace. The cool thing is, with our new setup and gimbal activity, we can walk around and show you all the
As long as you
details.
don't have snail eyes getting in the way of the camera shot, you can do anything.
I know, I might have to forego this costume.
Oliver's got a beauty
poor
over there.
Snails get treatment. Michelle's
There he
shooting
is.
right through its eyes, but when the action hits, she just
Give it
takes
maybe
her
one
arm and
marber.
breaks the snail's
I'm like
slug-like
giving him a hug.
neck. The mushy neck just bends it right over.
What I was just thinking about with Oliver, and I'm going to go for my iridescence right now, but when you go for a clear outside or an all clear stem, because it's got so much core heat coming straight from the furnace and you're not coating it in an exterior color, you got to kind of shape it up a little bit extra and prepare differently than you would for a color that's got a pumpkin that's got color on the stem.
Okay, they've got the molds on the floor. The pumpkin
That's
gets
looking
knocked
great.
off here.
Really great.
We got Donna and Amy working in the background setting up classes because we know many of you want to come here. And so here's the pumpkin. Beautiful. And here comes the stem.
Oh, it's looking like a beauty.
Now you might have saw our viral video. Currently it's at 10 million likes. And this was all about the stem.
Nice.
I
It's a
said she
gorgeous
wants
stem.
it dripping down the side, not wrapped around the front. So Jake has the opportunity to follow the customer's direction, bending down like it's drooping right off.
It's a drooper.
So lovely.
Certified drooper.
Love it.
That looks good. Great color patterns on that thing.
Look at how that white instantly, when Oliver brought it over, it just looked clear because he was bringing it over so juicy and it was moving all over the place. Now just in a couple seconds, it's solid and the white is showing pure. And notice how it really pulls the white out from the body in here.
Get that pumpkin away. Let's get it in
She
the
said,
box.
hurry up.
Ooh, nice job, Jake.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful piece. That's a
Okay,
great warmer-upper.
so, Miss Slug over here. Who wants to take the camera while I talk about
I do.
the next piece?
You're going to which town?
I am. I'm going to Boneville.
Boneville,
All right.
folks.
So
Should I start her up?
sometimes
Oh my
in the
gosh.
glass shop, we invite our friends in.
Oh, he's got a really soft neck.
Isn't he cute?
Adorable.
Okay, so since it's Halloween, let's do some Halloween shenanigans.
There she goes.
Every time you walk, all I hear is the swish, swish.
I've been walking it.
That's amazing.
All right, so if you can look at it, we're making a mug
Ooh.
next. This is the bone that Chris is going to make first. So it's clear glass. He's going to sculpt the bone and then cover it in powders, and we'll be able to walk over to the powder station and show you what that looks like.
Isn't that where you do your makeup?
The powder station,
Yeah.
the powder room.
Oh, right.
Then the hat is black. This square will be a green square, apple green. Do you see those subtle hints I
I
give
heard
them?
those subtle hints.
And then the witch's hat, like it's a patty, a black patty. So it will be nice and solid. And coming out the top is a straw.
Ah.
So we'll make that after the witch's hat mug is made. So you gotta, it's not so easy to clean. The hole's gonna be the size of a $50. Yeah, so that's it.
First one of a kind, super special on the show, Halloween extraordinaire. I'm going to give you guys a sweet, quick sneak peek of a beautiful array of products available tonight, plus Michelle's vases and flowers. Beautiful setup. Folks, again, there's Beth. She's watching the comments. She's going to holler if there's anything special we need to know. You got Chris and Michelle over here. We got Oliver over yonder. We are the Glass Academy team.
Hey, my guy's a little tired, so before we go, we're gonna give him a piece of candy. I want you guys to guess. Tell me in the chat what you think his favorite candy is.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Almond Joy, Nerds, Kit Kats? What do you think?
We
he
could
likes
just have
the
an
best?
overall vote, for everyone's favorite candy in this pot here. So let us know what you think the snail's favorite candy is, but also what's your favorite candy in that pot.
Or what you're passing out tonight.
There he goes. So it's a beautiful day.
I
Yep.
was always the kid who didn't like chocolate, so I appreciate the nerds.
What?
I never liked chocolate since I was a kid.
Do you like it now?
Not really. Like, I'll eat a Reese's once in a while, but that's it.
That's the face of a person that doesn't like chocolate, folks. That's kind of weird. But hey, it's good. It's kind of healthy, but I don't know if nerds are any healthier.
No, they're probably not.
Probably not. But we are going to see what happens potentially later if you do drop nerds on molten glass. And we're not talking really smart people that wear glasses. We're talking about nerds. And wait a minute now. Are those little things on the side of that nerd packet, are those nerds?
Yeah, those are nerds. Look, right there.
Oh my
That's you.
God. That's me? He looks pretty comfortable. Look at this guy looking back at it. And this guy over here.
Yeah.
Big toe sticking out. Not too bad. Uh-oh, something's going on with the platter here.
I'm just borrowing the platter.
It's borrowing the platter.
Sip some color
Ah.
and not make a huge mess.
We're going to use the powder, right?
I thought we were going over to the powder booth. I wanted to show that off.
Yeah, we're going to take the powder right over here and use it, just like the plan was.
All right, on it.
Oh, yes. We can do it right here. Get a good shot. So this is going to be a multi-step process. This is one of those pieces that we thought about, planned out as a team. We're obviously still planning it here now as we move along. Chris here has the body of the bone first. What was the color scheme you started up with here?
Black in the inside. And then I put a little bit of iridescent, a different amber on the outside.
For
So I have some color underneath it from the scavo, the white around the outside, and coated so it's got a little bit of depth and like marrow.
okay.
Bone marrow on the inside.
That's marrow. M-A-R-R-O-W. Is that right?
Yep.
Marrow. I think some people eat that kind of stuff. They stick their tongue into the bone and
Venison stew for lunch from the farm, and we were talking about bone marrow. She said it's amazing.
well, there you go. People do
Yeah,
eat it.
it's so good for you.
When was the last time you sculpted a bone, Chris?
I can't remember.
Well, so as he gets to sculpting that over here and letting it set up, he's going to do some carving. This is different than glass blowing, it's glass sculpting. I'm going to remind you guys of a piece of equipment we have over here called the garage.
What is
And you
that?
can see it glowing in here. We got 2 pieces of color in there for a piece I'll be doing later. And this is at about 1,000 degrees. And if I zoom right in here, boom, it's actually exactly at 1,000 degrees. That's the perfect temperature for us to hold glass, so it's not moving, it's not still slumping while it's in there, but it's not going to get cold enough that the bone's going to break. And once Oliver and Chris shape up the bone and get it satisfied the way they want it, get it all powdered up with some bone texture on the outside, they're going to place it into the garage and let it stay there until it's time to apply it onto the side of the witch's hat.
So it's going to look like a rotting bone.
Yes.
And the thing is, too, this is the handle of the mug, so this gives you an idea of the scale of the mug. So fun.
Super nice. We got our
Oh,
beautiful,
yeah.
sweet new larger torch here he's starting to sculpt with. The trick with glass sculpting we found is that you really can't be impatient with it. You got to notice what's going on, notice the long haul plan, and it's just like sculpting anything. You guys think about Michelangelo working something out of a rock when he went to do that first carve for the side of a buttocks or whatever else he might be sculpting. He didn't just give up on it in the very beginning. He noticed you got to think ahead into the deeper picture of how the piece is going to look. And the more attention you give it, the better it's going to look. And that was something I really taught myself with drawing and paintings in high school and in college. It was the longer you spend on the piece,
All right. You
the
bring
nicer it's going to get, honestly.
I need a bit in a minute for a stickum bit that you'll make a punty out of. Bring me a little Maurice on the bottom. I'll take it off your punty, then you can sculpt me a punty right from that.
Got it. You just want it on a regular punty or you need it on a counterweight?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
And I was thinking the hat, it has 2 clear knobs on the hat,
Yep.
and then the bone sits on those, so
I
you
like
can get
it.
your hand under it.
I
Take
like
another
it.
look at the drawing over here, folks. This one's going to be for sale here on the show. A lot of our pieces, if they're already not sold, we'll put them up available during the evening that we are making them, and shipping is included when we
that's
put that
new
price up
this
on
time,
there.
But even the table tonight,
That's new, fresh information for you there.
shipping, but only in the U.S. We're only doing U.S. shipping.
First time ever tonight, featured products on the featured product table are free shipping. Keep that in mind as we go over the product table after this first piece. Everything that's one of a kind and handmade here
Let's
is going live in about 10 minutes.
give me a scavo on this back end.
You want
No, I think we'll be okay. I'll heat it up. We'll get it later.
So Oliver's whipping up a punny over there, and he's getting ready to transfer the bone onto his rod. We're going to switch it around so Chris can work the opposite side of the bone. Nice.
All right, looking good. So now I'm thinking about the opposite side of this bone. I got the one side done. The other side, I'm kind of thinking about like the bone that you see in the cartoons with 2 knobs on each end.
Exactly.
It's got a little bit of a groove where the tendons are. If you think about when you're eating like a chicken wing, and not like the drumstick, but the wing, you got those 2 little bones in between that the meat's in there. That's what I'm kind of thinking about right now. Not exactly sure what kind of bone this is going to be. A human bone, maybe?
It's a hip bone.
A witch's bone? A hip bone?
I don't know.
Hip bone is
Tube,
really kind of crazy.
Halloween from Oliver's grandparents in North Carolina tonight.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oliver's parents.
Love that.
I'm
Who
sure
else we
they're
got
sitting
watching
around
the
with
show? Any
everyone
familiar
watching the
names?
show.
We've got some familiar, some unfamiliar. We've got Carrie is always watching. Dana Smith, Icarus is watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wendy Nattinger Wilson says, hi, y'all. How's everybody doing?
What up, Wendy?
We've got some people talking about the Kit Kat jingle in the comments. Do you remember the Kit Kat song from the commercials?
Yes.
What song?
No.
Give me a bar, a Kit Kat bar.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a break.
I
Give
could
me a
sing
break,
it, but I'm not going to
something.
do it. Jake's got
I
to
can
do
sing
it.
it, but I'm a terrible singer.
Everyone can sing it, but they can't sing it, and I don't know it. I don't know it.
I know every word of that song, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
right.
one that says, give me a break, give me a break, give me
Yeah.
a break of that Kit Kat bar.
I just don't
I
remember
can't
that.
sing.
Yep.
There it is. The real words.
Love that. Yep, Kit Kats are tasty. How many of you guys are out passing out candy here tonight? Depending on where you're watching from, it may already be dark out. It may be in the middle of the day where you're watching here. You may be in a different country that doesn't even celebrate Halloween. I almost said Christmas.
You know what's interesting? I heard that the schools don't have school tomorrow. Like they don't have class. Because like all the kids are wired from sugar, they just make it one of the days off that they get.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that kind of funny?
That is interesting.
They probably like have a lot of people who like don't come in. I was gonna say call off,
Yeah.
but it's not work. Who don't come in because they had the kids up late the night before, so they probably just scrap it as a day.
Said that's all good.
I wonder if my parents at school, they're both teachers' aides in an elementary school. I should ask.
I was kind of wondering that if we should maybe as a... You guys' mics are off? I was wondering if we should make it a national holiday where we say and someone dictates that the first Saturday. You guys want to tell the people what you're talking about? If we're talking about the technique of glass blowing?
The thing that is kind of cool is having someone else make it is you can look at it and be like, okay, here's what I do. So I just said could take the diamond shears and go over each knob and kind of gnarly it up. Yeah, so when we scavo it, now it's got all these nooks and crannies that the scavo kind of will go in there, right? So it's got some more texture to it, so it's not smooth.
I think we call that the knobification.
It's like a dog chewed on for a while.
There
Yeah.
you go. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, one of the dog bones.
It's a beautiful thing having a torch like this too, a long handle. It's about twice as big as our other torches, and it can really blast some serious heat. Does anybody know the temperature that actually gets up to, by chance?
It's gotta be at least 5.
5 grand?
Yeah.
I believe it, and you gotta be careful. Oliver was just talking about his torch at home, and it can get too hot that it actually bubbles the glass. This right here is a little bit different though. This is a fluffy torch. That's a much wider flame for heating up bigger masses without having that bubbling aspect to it.
All right, I think we're ready to scavo this bone.
Oliver,
All
it's
right.
all you.
We've got Hanny. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Hanny says greetings from the Netherlands.
Yeah, Netherlands. Very cool.
What time is it in there in the Netherlands?
Let us know where you guys are all watching from. Here, you can tap it with that guy. Watch this move, folks. Yeah.
Stay there.
The bonification.
I think that's good.
Looks like forbidden powdered sugar.
I know.
Totally.
So
You
now
could put that right on a donut.
now it looks like a bone. See how the knobs worked great?
Beautiful.
Okay, so where does it go now?
Going into the garage.
Okay. One coating, and what would happen if you just take that for a 10-second heat right now?
I did already take it and I melted it in a little bit, but it could take the texture away.
Too much heat.
Yeah.
Can you actually see into the marrow at the end there? Honestly, that kind of looks like some sort of alien eye situation. That's E.T.'s eyeballs.
Do you want a flash or are you ready?
I'm going to leave it right on the thing in there.
Get to the garage,
yeah?
Well,
E.T.
because then we can use it to put it onto the
Oh
piece.
my God.
All right, do you need a brick?
Okay,
Yes.
over here we go.
I
Green
got it,
means good for not burning yourself, folks. Those annealers are not
Hold on.
Those would be 1,000 degrees, just like the garage over here. Michelle is prepping this so that Chris can line it up in there. To keep a pipe level, you got to have 2 points of contact. Right in front of us is one, right next to the towel. Number 2 is very important on the brick she just laid in there. You can still see that bending, maybe a little bit, maybe not.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm the babysitter.
You're the babysitter?
I am. I'm going to
All
keep
right.
that bone straight.
Keep that bone straight.
I got
Sounds
it.
good, folks.
All right, now we're going for the Witch's Hat Spectacular.
All right, all right. So now these guys are going to team up to make a witch's
Okay.
hat mug.
Let me show you my idea.
This is something we've done witch's hats before. I believe we had one for Dawn Greats done before.
Okay,
But
this
not a mug.
hat,
But
this
not a mug.
hat is, the body is black. It's a black patty that you squish. That makes the rim of the hat. This is a green square that's put around and flattened on it.
And the ribbon?
You can do a band around it, can be black.
A black band around a black hat? It's
yeah,
okay?
It's just going to be raised, yeah.
Yep, and then
this is the green buckle.
All right, I like it.
Sounds
And then
That's
great.
kind of like the Wicked Witch of the East.
Ah.
And then the hole in the top will make the straw after, so I'm thinking like a 2-inch hole. Not
2-inch
big.
hole, that's pretty big.
Well, then
You're probably going to
smaller,
have
but you gotta
probably
get the
about a
straw
half an
in.
inch hole.
Well, you got to get a straw in it.
But the bottom of the mug's only going to be that big, so that means
Got to
that-
be able to clean it
You do
too
what you
somehow.
gotta
It's a
All right,
rinser.
perfect.
I think it's a rinser. Quick rinser. Yep. Finish your beverage, take it to the old counter.
We've got Mary from New Jersey watching, Matt from California, Marilyn from Florida. We've got Mary Lou from Perkiomenville, Pennsylvania.
Mary
That's
Lou.
That's a mouthful. Grove City, Ohio, Sally in Saginaw, Cindy in Weeki Wachee, Florida. That's a
Weeki
fun
Wachee?
name. That's what she typed. Aiden from Leeds, West Yorkshire.
Okay. What up, Aiden?
Carol from California. So we're all over the place tonight, which is pretty cool.
I love that. It's a global show, folks, and the only way that's possible is all this serious tech. Yeah, this tech's pretty hardcore. I mean, how many of you guys actually know how to work a soundboard?
This is just a little guy.
This is just a little one, and there's it's really simple. All you got to do is turn all those knobs to the exact spot it needs to be, and Bess knows how to do it all. Look at her working it.
I'm just moving
It's like a
chords
DJ.
right now, but-
Now with the cords, we got to wrangle them. We got these 2 audio boards right here. We got 2 computers to the right, and you got our switcher system right here. So it's a pretty serious setup, and all that action behind the scenes so that we can actually just make glass and show it to you guys. So here comes Chris. He's got, looks like 1 good coat of black, and I'm going to show you guys all the colors here. For those of you that have seen our show before, what do we call the color in this form? This is glass color made from metals and minerals, and when it's chopped up into different sizes and layered onto the top like so, what's the technical term for that material?
They don't know what that term is.
I don't know if they do.
No way.
I guess that'll just show how many of you guys have seen our show before and how many are fresh to the crew. We've been doing these shows. This is show number 239, and as Chris gets maybe 2 more coats on there, I'm going to come over here. Here's a beautiful view of our whole studio. The gallery's deep back in there. We got our brand new Michigan Room event space in the works, still over here. But here's the board that Robin put together. Show 239. This is the gathering point. We are on multiple social medias. Follow us, represent. We got some special news for the VIPs. We're going to talk about our VIP show coming up on the 14th. We got some awesome drawings that we were speculating on a little bit earlier. Robin went to town on the board there. Robin, we got some questions for you on this one.
What do you think that is, Jake?
That's what I was just saying. We could have everyone wonder on the show, what is coming out of his mouth there?
Well, don't show it for too long. It's going to scare the kids.
You're right. You're right.
The table is live.
And the table's live. My gosh, I
So
forgot
I'm
to even
posting
look
the
at it.
comments, or not, I'm posting the link in the comments.
Appreciate that, Best. And I'm going to take the next chance I get when there's no action to get over to the table and show you guys with the LED button on the phone here what amazing things we've got for sale,
Oliver?
specifically for tonight. Some one-and-done pieces, some
Good.
website items, and as we mentioned earlier, you guys, this is the first show in 239, other than our super special holiday and pumpkin show, that we're going to start offering. We're going to begin offering free shipping on all the items here. Shipping's included in the price on the table. Sometimes there's going to be discounts. Sometimes they're going to be upcharged, depending on what the piece is and what time of year it is and what's going on. But if you see something you like, and you want it directly to your house, you can purchase that right online.
And we're trying out something new tonight. So
Blow,
for
Oliver?
anybody in the States, so anybody in the U.S., it is free shipping for any of tonight's tables.
Thank you for
Good.
the clarification. That's the U.S. only. We don't ship outside of the continental U.S. Except if I said continental U.S., isn't continental like including the whole continent? Wouldn't that include Canada if it's continental?
No.
So it's
can
all
only
one
tell you
continent?
about a
When you say
continental breakfast.
continental U.S., that excludes Alaska and Hawaii
I'm going to have you cap this for me.
because
Oh.
they're not touching the continent, but they're part of it. I
And-
don't know, but that's what that always means.
Well, also, I mean, Oliver made a
Cap
good
it?
point. If that's the case, then what's included in breakfast? That's pretty good.
Couple more people are tuning in here. We've got Edith from Georgia, Sharon from Canada. We've got Marie Helene from France.
Ooh, baby.
We've got Terry, it says aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha. Super cool to see.
Sherry from Kansas.
What's the move here, Chris? I think I got an idea, but
So I'm going to open up the bottom of this cone so that I can make it the hat. And really, I don't know if I need to open it up, do I? I can just paddle it flat.
I think that would probably be best anyway, because then there's no chance of leakage or any sort of material getting caught in the crevice.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get it to be a little bit nicer if we do it this way. It might be a little harder, but I think that's the way to go. Cap it, Oliver.
So this piece will be for sale. Once we get this piece completed and in the box, safe and sound, we'll get it on the website. We'll get a price on it. Shipping will be included on that as well. And look at the way he's tweezing that apart right there. Now even with that
You still
little,
want a cap?
I'm gonna have you blow it, Oliver. Go ahead.
that little membrane.
Dawn says she heard that
That's
she
good.
did something while she was driving that she would have liked. Dawn,
Blow?
We're still working on it.
Good.
It is a witch's hat mug.
What was Dawn saying?
She was
Cap it.
saying, somebody told her she missed something she would have liked. I told her we're still working on it. She hasn't missed anything yet.
Hasn't missed anything. This is it, Dawn.
All right, we're open now, so I'll probably take
This
a
is the
paddle when I
Halloween
open this
special.
up now.
Sally says
Okay.
hello from Argentina.
Ooh, Argentina. I love South America, folks. Many of you know I've been to Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia, and it's been a really good time over there. Super, super cool. Beautiful people, beautiful scenery. And I love to hear that. We're here in Dearborn, Michigan, home of the Henry Ford, just outside of Detroit, about 20 minutes outside of downtown Detroit. Got the nicest lakes around. We've got a nice announcement of our Great Lakes pumpkin, our signature pumpkin of the year, the Michigan Waters pumpkin. This is our last chance to purchase here tonight on the show. They're still on the website. Look at the way he just opened that up. And Oliver's here to make that lip nice and symmetrical. He flattened it on there real good. But we have an announcement of all the donations, the amount being donated back from the signature pumpkin. We're going to show off the check later today. That's going to the Clean Water Fund.
Can I have you hold on to this for me, Oliver? The top of the hat.
Okay.
I'm going to
Candy
cast up
said
one.
She thought Chris would want to be making a manky big toe. I like that word, manky.
We don't need to get any of the big toe action going with Chris. We already made an ogre toe this year at the Ren Fair. No big toe talk.
No more big toes?
Shut it down.
Yes, we did tell Don.
So we got some really cool pieces here. Look at this crystal acorn. Beautiful. Some of these are website products. Some of them are one and dones. There's a beautiful slug. We got this incredible Perps squatty mushroom. A set of 3 leaves. We got a snail perched up top. Another beautiful one and done purple mushroom. Gorgeous spiral on it. Another set of leaves, a set of curls. These are, the idea behind this table was, as we transfer from Harvest Show into Holiday, Halloween, and into our holiday seasonal products, we'd like to give you guys one last opportunity to, after purchasing pumpkins on our VIP pumpkin show we had a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. These are some accent pieces. If we could put some nerds in there, that's true. And what do we got going on here? Is that the Super Squasher?
That's the Super Squasher, folks.
So Oliver is keeping that piece at a nice cool, he's pretty much doing what the garage is doing over there, keeping it at a cool 1,000 degrees.
I'll let you take a flash. I'm going to drop this, and then we'll trade up pipes.
You got it.
Not
That
too
black glass is actually a really soft glass, so when you heat that thing up, you can tell it glows a little bit quicker than some other colors do. There's our bottom. That's going to be our base.
One sec.
Super squish. Nice. Look at that color change. Beautiful. Being
I need
black.
to be turning this into a punty?
You can.
Or
Just
because
pull-
there's black
yeah.
on it?
Yeah. That's another one up there. Let's do a clear one.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting point made by Oliver. He was saying I could use this leftover glass to make the punty, to make the flip around piece. Instead of this going into the recycle bucket. Look at that. The temperature change just from touching it with the tweezers. Oliver said instead of letting this glass go into the recycle bucket, I could reuse it and use it as a punty to flip it around. It's already on there. It's the right size pipe. But in the end, we decided that black on black, 2 really soft colors, they're going to not have a good, strong connection in order to get the piece completed. So we want to have clear on the bottom there to hold this piece. We've got a beautiful gather. This is one of the first things you learn how to do as a glassblower is make a punty. That's necessary for almost all the pieces we do. It has to be flipped around. It has to be part of the teamwork of blowing glass together. One person brings the punty, the other person knocks the piece off. And the shaping really does matter. The shaping, the color, the size, the pipe you're using. It's a very important piece, but it's super necessary. So that's the first thing you usually learn.
We've got Gareth watching from England.
Yeah.
Julia from Spain.
Oh.
Becky from Topeka, Kansas.
All right, Kansas. Not bad. Oh, Chris is bringing out the Sophietta, the cooler downer, and look at what his breath does to the temperature, the color of that glass, just by blowing on it.
Kansas, Spain.
So now you can see you got a cool core right there, something nice for this piece to stick on. Right on center, beautiful reflection of the glass on the bottom there too. He's cooling it down a little bit more.
Push slightly, Oliver.
Charles is on from Massachusetts. Joni is on from what she says, South Texas.
That's deep.
That's deep Texas.
That's deep Texas right there.
All right, Jake, so I don't know if maybe you want to swap up with Oliver and bring me a ribbon band for this.
Yeah, I could do that real quick. It's black.
Yep.
Will do. Nice trade. The cool thing about working with black glass is many of you know we have a recycled tank of all blue glass. So when we're doing something thicker and bigger like this, if it's coated in black, it's completely opaque.
You want to take a peek and see what thickness we're thinking about here?
Huh?
You want to take a look at it real quick?
Sam, I'm thinking probably that thick.
About a little less than an inch.
A little less than an inch, and we're going all the way around, so we're going to need a band about that long. That's about an inch.
All right. And, all right.
So
You talking to me? Oh, like, I don't know.
Okay. We're done.
Thinking that'll probably be enough, yeah?
Yeah.
Plenty?
Oh, yeah, plenty. Might be a little much, but that's okay.
I had a cold core.
We
I
got
wanted to
extra,
get a
it's all
counterweight.
right.
I was just talking about this, so I'm just going to show this real quick.
Yeah, let's see it.
My cousin in costume this year.
Something else, Bess.
I know. So I was cousin it earlier this month. My niece was Wednesday Addams.
So
and
good.
the whole rest of us were all people from the Addams family. So
Your niece. So that means you're an aunt.
I am. I'm Aunt Bess.
Aunt Bess.
Aunt Bess. Coolest
Pretty good.
aunt around.
Wow. So I'm gonna give it to you just like as a trail, I guess, right? And then you're gonna. I was thinking I was gonna make it a band, but I might as well.
I think you're going to make it a band, aren't you?
I mean, it's like the gnomes. I mean, if we just put it on there like a trail, you take the tagly all the way around.
But I wanted to get some stripes in it, like a, you know what I mean?
Oh.
But we can still do it the same way. Just put the stripes and then bring it over to me. Use the tweezers and just put 2 stripes down the middle.
Hmm.
So if you guys dress up,
And I'm
or if your
starting
kids
in
dress
the
up,
back.
drop in the comments, 'cause I like to see what people dress up every year.
And
So-
in the meantime, we
this-
put a little lean on this guy.
I did.
Is this gonna work? You want this?
Yep. Stay.
Nice. Beautiful. Way to lay it on there.
For the green? Yep. Sounds good to me.
Alice says hello from England.
What up, Alice? It's very similar to our gnomes there. The way that was put on is what I was mentioning. And we made a couple gnomes for a custom order today, folks. We got 3 different style on the website to choose from, and we've done a lot of gnome custom orders. I actually just wrote one up today that'll be coming up on our November 14th show. It's going to be a cool one. You know who you are. But kind of like a belt buckle. What's that? Well, I'll get to that in one sec, but basically the belt buckle or this band allows for this perfect opportunity when you touch it to the other side to cover up that double connection with the belt buckle. Or in this case, I mean, what is this, a hat buckle?
It's a buckle. It's like a buckle because I think it's like a buckle on the hat, like a band that's got a little buckle on it.
I think if we
Now,
said,
why would you need a buckle on?
So that the
hat.
witch's brains
what's
don't
the
come
history
out.
of it? How does it
Because
work?
that's on like all the pilgrim hats too. Is a
Yeah.
little buckle.
Yeah.
We're going to do a GA stamp in the middle of it?
Do you think that's just how they made hats? One size
Take
fits
it
all.
hot. I need diamonds, though.
That's probably it, honestly. It probably is.
okay.
Someone smarter than me tell me why hats have buckles on them.
We need the history. Someone help
Well-
with the Google.
You wear all the baseball hats, Jake.
It's
And
true.
those just basically have buckles on the back.
It's true. It's a front side buckle.
It's got to be a one size fits all thing. Final answer.
I couldn't agree more. That looks great. We could take the handle
What'd you say?
tool.
Square. I don't know, because I can't really hear what you're saying. So, you're saying you want something else besides a square buckle? I can put another bit on it. That
We're
could
talking-
be a mini GA stamp or nothing.
I'll put a DJ stamp on black, right? Or make it black.
Yeah.
Little GA representation. It's turned into a pretty hardcore piece here, and it's going to have a giant bone on the side of it. If you guys didn't join us for the beginning of the show or the beginning of this piece, the pre-piece to this piece was this incredible bone piece that's in the garage here at 1,000 degrees, and we texturized it so it actually looks like bone. And I don't want to pull it all the way out for risk of shocking it and breaking it. But
that's a bone back there.
it's a bone, and Chris put black on the core, so it's almost like a Halloween kind of like rotting bone. I hope that's PG-13 or.
I think rotting bone PG-13.
All right. It's
I
kind of
think
like
that's
looking.
like in every Goosebumps.
You're right.
Did one of you ask why there's a buckle on the hat? It was hard for me to hear, but I'm getting comments that sounds like that's what we asked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We wanted the history. What do we
So
got?
there's a couple people. We've got Icarus says it was a status symbol. They were expensive and meant to show you had money.
Oh.
Ashley says it allowed for sizing on older style hats, but now it's a fashion choice.
So there you go, Oliver.
Pammy says to match the buckle on their shoes. And Pam Keller says to take up their hat to fit their heads.
Sizing.
Yes.
So we got 2 for sizing. We got 1 for status, which I kind of like because you had a giant emerald in the middle of your belt
I
buckle.
mean, like big cowboy belts is still
Totally.
like that today.
Totally.
Which is all status, because you know those big Texan buckles aren't holding people up.
Go this way,
Flip that way, that way.
that way, but now it's going to be too close.
It's gonna be, that's gonna be at the top, that's gonna be at the bottom.
Reverse.
I give that a
Yes.
little heat or something. I would give that some heat or something.
Yeah, you gotta flash it in the glory hole or stay over there on the far left side.
I'll do something for sure.
You're gonna heat that up for a little bit and then come over here and flash it in the glory hole and get it hot, and then we can size it up.
And I'm gonna bring 2 clear stickum bits.
You want them clear or do you want them black? Clear?
Hot and juicy.
Well, no. I mean, I'm gonna let them set up and I'm gonna heat the ends of them up.
Gotcha. Well, then you want to get started on those, or we're gonna size it up first to see where those need to go.
I'm gonna size it up. I didn't get a chance. I didn't know she was coming. Can I have that? Can you take that and flash it somewhere?
We've got a couple parts of Michigan that are getting their first snows today.
But Kayla was telling me it was snowing at my house.
Yep, Denise said it's snowing here in Jackson. I know my friends live up in Grand Blanc and they just got a dusting.
I'll get the powder out. Go for the pow pow.
You want to bring me another punny and we'll swap it up on the backside real quick?
Sure.
got a little situation that we're dealing with right now. We're
You
just
all
trying
right
to get
getting in
that
that?
bone in the
Don't
right
get her too hot.
orientation so that we can put it on this witch's hat as the handle.
All right, looking
So
good.
that's really just the finickiness of glass. I didn't quite 100% hear everything Oliver told you guys.
Want to give me a tiny little bit
Oh,
off of that?
I completely just blamed you for it, Jake.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's the finickiness of glass, and when you're below like 1400 degrees, most of the time, depending on the color, but you usually can't tell the temperature of the glass. We know it was 1,000 degrees. Michelle held it up in the top corner for a pretty good while there and let it get some extra heat, and then she came over to heat it up. But because it was too much still of a not Jurassic, but Durastic change in temperature, when she put it into the hole at 2,000 degrees, the piece just cracked right off of the pipe.
I mean, we did a lot of work on that bone to get it in that shape. There's a lot of stress in that glass
It's true.
as it's cooling down and heating up, so it's a pretty fragile piece for like working right now.
Fragile temperature-wise, too. That's a lot of times we talk about the fragility of glass, and people mistake that with being, if we hit this bone on the metal table, it would break in half. But when we say fragile, a lot of times we mean the temperature, like we're talking about here.
It's looking great. Actually looks pretty good. I think Michelle put her magic on it.
It looks more bone-like.
Yeah.
You want me to take
I
care
want
of
to
that?
take a look at like the straight on end.
At least now we've got the ET eyes pointing away from the camera.
And we're going to need to get the Scavo action going on again.
Absolutely. Mom, would you want to prep the scavoing area?
Whoa. Oh, you got that. I was like,
What do you think? It's looking good?
yeah, just don't overheat. It doesn't need to be glowing.
Oh, it's black. It's going to glow no matter what.
We've got a lot of people commenting that it's snowing.
Really? In Dearborn? Is it snowing outside right now?
It's snowing in Ohio. It's snowing in Taylor. It's snowing in Saginaw. It's snowing in Grand Blanc. It's snowing in Jackson.
It's pretty good timing considering this is our last slightly harvest-themed show.
Right.
And now we're transferring right into holiday products.
We might need to take the camera outside.
We
Just
could
see.
do that with our new tech.
And then Scott says it's sunny and 70 in Arizona.
Nice, Scott. Thanks.
That's like freezing cold for Arizona.
That's true. I, for one, am very thrilled and looking forward to this. I mean, already the leaves have fallen, and it's just a gorgeous scene here
Lift it up in the air.
in
There you
Michigan.
go.
But I just love the wintertime, too. I mean, obviously it gets cold. We get physically a little bit uncomfortable, but it feels good in
I'll
the
get
shop
a whole
here.
thing out one more time.
And the snow is just a beautiful thing, and it makes us appreciate the spring that much more. I think it's just amazing.
Katrina says it snowed off and on all day in Chicago.
What's everybody's favorite season out there?
I always liked fall, but I'm a November baby, so
So it's like, oh, my birthday's around the corner.
that's why I think I always liked Halloween too, because it was the end of October.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
that's it.
I'm right there. All right, so we got some fresh powder. It's been bona fide.
We bona fide the bone.
Yep.
It's looking good. All right. Now, what do you say? Shall we do a lineup?
Which way?
It actually looks super good.
I think we're going to put it on this opposite way from over here. So we want the bigger part of the bone down on the bottom.
That was the question.
So I'll have pieces sticking off the side on this side here and here. And that's how exactly we're going to put it on. And then I'll take my shears and put them on there, Michelle. And you'll tap it and pull that away and make sure it doesn't bump into that. You'll kind of lift up on it, okay?
That looks like a bone.
All right, Jake, how about a couple clear bits?
There's nothing easy about making realistic things in glass, folks.
We'll probably take both bits off of one bit.
For sure.
Quick, frequent flashes will keep that scavo from melting in.
This way, so
Nope.
your hands through?
No, because the big things are going to be having it more. But you could do it that way, but people won't see the bone. I think we're going to have big enough things coming off. I think it's going to be fine. Jake? Yeah.
This is timing, folks. It's all about the timing here.
Hoseng says hello and good morning from the Philippines.
Very nice.
We've got a couple people asking what everybody's favorite candy is.
Mmm.
I've been thinking about it all day.
Well, let's hear it, team.
I'm not a super big candy person. I'm more of a savory person.
Yup.
My thing right now has been popcorn, trying out different spice mixes with it.
Really? Like making your own popcorn and
I'm
putting
ready when you
spices
are,
right on
Sal.
top?
I'm really like an Cajun popcorn mix right now.
Whoa.
or
Hold on.
Parmesan garlic.
I
Flip it.
like that a lot. A Cajun popcorn. I never would have thought.
Down, low. Okay, lift up. Stay right there.
Yes.
Lift up. Don't pull. Just lift up. Lift up on the pipe on the end.
Yeah.
The end of the pipe. There you go. Yep. Tap it.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Woo! Just enough room to get a hand in there. 4 fingers. Michelle was thinking ahead, opened up the door over there because she knew it was going to be wider than the opening of the hole.
When I was a kid, I liked Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish.
Yeah.
Nerds Rope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks so good.
I can't remember what I liked most as
good.
a kid. What's your favorite candy, Oliver?
It's gotta be like the Reese's peanut butter cups are
Yep.
one of the best things in the world.
Top 3.
That's a top 3. Sour gummy worms.
Those are good. Joy
That-
says Payday, which is something I forgot about, but I love those too.
Paydays?
Chocolate.
Yep.
Crunchy bars from Canada. I don't have
Oh.
I gotta say something about that. What's that money?
Nice.
GA stamp on it.
It does already have the GA stamp. Wonder what kind
Patty
of
says, I just made a heap of boozy chocolate fudge last night.
a heap of what?
Boozy chocolate fudge.
Whoa.
Boozy
I don't know, I
chocolate
might try that.
fudge.
That sounds pretty good.
You're not a chocolate person,
not, but
Bess. You
she
better
did-
just leave that for
None
Jake
for
and
Bess.
She did peppermint with crushed Oreo and peppermint Baileys, and I feel like I could maybe get down with that.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate. That looks amazing. The reason Chris is working on the bottom of the bone here is because we had that punty mark. It was a purposeful, intentional break. We had to get it off of the pipe. It broke right where we wanted it to break. But he's got to smooth that edge out because when you wrap your little pinky under the bottom of that bone to get the leverage onto this drinking vessel, you don't want to slice your pinky on the bone.
It's no good.
We haven't talked about happy hour, but this is a pretty good happy hour example right here. We just had one of our later happy hours. Classes are really starting to book up now, being the holiday season, now that the weather's colder. We had a whole happy hour of 8 people sold, all to one group the other day, earlier this morning. Happy hour is when you come into the studio and design your own piece, just like this. This would be an upcharge. This is a serious piece.
It looks super cool.
The Halloween special. For
That
sure.
is
Nice
amazing.
design, Michelle. I love it.
That's going to be a bright green buckle. It doesn't quite look like it now, but it will be. But that black is really showing true. Thinking about how we're going to put it away. Do you want me to potentially balance it with the claw on its lip while you torch it a little bit, and then I'll just flip it and take it away?
If I put it on there and you put the gloves on, I'll just lay it on its side and torch the bottom and you put it away. Grab it with the gloves.
With the gloves? Okay.
All right. Last flash.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you don't think I could just, hold
It's
it like
pretty
that?
heavy.
Okay.
I mean, if you get underneath it, you probably could. Underneath the top of it with the claw.
Right along the band.
All right. Just right underneath the top. I don't think you'll get around it on the bottom.
You got to be feeling strong enough, Jake.
I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Got me all nervous now. Look at I'm stumbling around. Jeez. Oh, I see.
Just back it up. That's where you do it. Where are you going?
Number
3.
3. I got it with a strong grip. Walking slow and steady. I'm kind of walking like... Oh, yeah.
Nice. Woo, Ollie.
Nice. Good job, guys.
That's tight. That is tight.
Kudos to Michelle on that tasty design.
Beautiful design.
Love it. The quad combo. Nice job.
Wow. Well, maybe we can, for the first time, an hour into the show, we'll take a look at the table one time.
Yes, you want to talk about our giveaway?
This is the giveaway. Whose handwriting is this? Robin's handwriting? That is tight. If you could create a custom glass Halloween decoration, excuse me before I poke myself in the eye with this. If you could create a custom glass Halloween decoration, what would it be? What element or themes would you include? So technically we're talking about glass, but we're talking about a Halloween decoration. It could be anything, any size, any shape, anywhere for your house, any sort of building. It's a pretty open, broad question. If you guys send that to enews@glassacademy.com, that's how you enter to win. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the show. We're going to give away a piece from last week's show later on the show here. And that's how that works. If you have questions, Bess is monitoring it. She'll give you the email. We'll put it in the comments. But that's the question. Let's take it over here and represent some of these products. Have you had a chance to browse the table? Anything in particular you're enjoying, Oliver?
We've been doing production, and then I went into practice mode before the show, so I haven't had a chance to see any of this yet.
I had a quick chance before we got going. The first thing that caught my eye is number 1 here. This is a completely unique, one-of-a-kind piece with shards of glass on it. It's like a rocks glass, literally with almost ice crystals on it, and none of them are sharp.
For this week.
Oh, this is the giveaway.
It is. Those are the shards from the Rupert's drop that we exploded.
Oh, right.
So that's the giveaway. Number 1 is those beautiful pumpkin curls.
Thank you for that correction, Bess.
Number 1, these beautiful pumpkin curls that caught Jake's eye immediately.
Those are the ones. This one is crazy, though. I honestly don't know what color that is in there. Maybe gold ruby or orange, probably.
That looks like maybe a little transparent orange in there.
I think so, but then the gold kind of turns it to a pinker tone. But
yeah,
these are all accent pieces for your pumpkins, folks. So when you have leaves, this one's got a purple, a gold, and a green tri-selection. And these are for when you lay something down. You guys know you have to lay things down in groups of 3. If you have 3 pumpkins, maybe 5 pumpkins, they look great in their display. When you have something smaller that can go in between them, like real leaves, these aren't for sale, folks, or glass leaves, and then you have 1 or 2 or 3 curls going around with those leaves and maybe an acorn on the side, it becomes a full display and not just one single piece.
I wanted to mention all of our creatures are gone except for this little guy.
What happened to the creatures? They slimed away?
They have been adopted and going off to new homes.
Ah, yes. And this guy, number 4, is an absolute cutie because of this rare artifact, his birth mole.
The slug with the mole?
Yep, that's him. He's a little chubby guy. He sits real low like that, number 4. And I'll remind you guys again that shipping is included on the prices of these here tonight on the show. Shipping in the U.S.
In the U.S. only.
The continental U.S.
Plus Alaska and Hawaii.
Right.
It's continental U.S. and 2.
Yeah.
Plus the other ones. What are we doing now?
We're going to get going on the straw.
Straw.
And
All
Bess
right.
is going to do some housekeeping, it sounds
Not
like?
yet.
Not yet.
Nope. Bess has off-screen questions for Jacob.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, what do we got going on over here, Chris? Talk to me.
This is the bright green straw.
Bright green straw.
This is the bright green straw that's going inside with that witch's hat, bona fide witch's hat
Okay.
mug.
Bona fide witch's hat. That's what it's got to be called.
And I know the size of the opening that I did because I just did it, so I want to get this out fresh while it's in my mind, in the dome.
I gotcha.
So I blew it hollow, and now I'm stretching this thing out with some crazy tentacle action.
Look at the elasticity. Is that green?
It's greeny, greeny, green.
Yes.
Match that belt buckle.
It's going to be a perfect color scheme. So meanwhile, I'm going to get prepped on the next piece that's coming up. It's going to be a beautiful one, and I'll just behind the scenes kind of get things going over here.
So what's going on next here, Chris? We got
I'm trying to get a little more length out of it, which is perfect. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend. So that when I cut it, it's going to go down in the hat and come out to the side a little bit with the angle of the hat. Look at that.
There we go.
He's rhyming over here.
Check that out.
We're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Something. We have Dawn saying Chris is very talented because he's blowing glass and watching the show at the same time. Chris was commenting.
Wow. Did you guys even see him commenting?
He said, "What a mug!" with like 1,000 exclamation points.
That's insane. So that's into the box at 1,000 degrees. If you guys are fresh to the glassblowing community, the art of glassblowing, and or just our feeds in our studio, you may or may not know that it has to be cooled down overnight. So when that piece goes up on the website and it's live for purchase with shipping included, we're not going to have pictures of it because it's still cooling down. It's at 1,000 degrees, and everything we made today up until the show is also in the box, and it's going to be
Tasty.
alive and well in the morning. We do an annealer reveal on Thursdays at 3 o'clock, and we'll show you guys all the finished pieces in their true color.
What happened? What was it
I
again?
didn't even see that one. Someone called Chris gorgeous.
Nice. Probably my mom. What color is this, Jake?
That's orange.
Orange?
Yep.
Now, Jake,
that
do
is
you want
Mustang from the
you want to talk
Philippines.
about what you're getting into for this mug?
I do. This is going to be a beautiful, I was going to say harvest, but it is Halloween themed mug.
We've got Chris
Huh?
in the gray shirt, Jake in the orange.
No, I thought we were hurrying up to get the glass going. Yeah, that sounds great. Or you want to let Oliver heat up the color and you want to work the camera, or what do you prefer?
He's got the mic on. Oliver, you get to talk.
He's
All
a
right.
talker.
We got 2 color bits being heated up over here by Chris and Michelle. And I'm going to real quick focus in on Jake's drawing skills.
We're gonna do we got orange and we got black, and so it's gonna be a Halloween feathered mug. We made these before. You can't keep them on the shelf. We like doing them on the show because it's a longer color process with these little more expensive, denser colors that you have to pre-prepare like these two are doing right now. So the shape of the mug is going to kind of come second to the way that the color is going to blow out. This is a difficult one, and specifically I'm foreseeing a little bit of difficulty because I've got orange, a really stiff color, and black right next to each other. Ideally, I'm going to be able to layer them. The orange piece is much bigger than, twice as big as the black piece. So ideally, if we're going for a straight wall, I think I'm probably going to have it a little more like this, though. This is my favorite mug shape. Ideally, I'll lay the orange on with the same amount of lines but twice as thick of a line. And then the black will be layered in between. I'll finesse it. If it's a spiral trail down the whole thing, we'll lay down the orange with just a little sliver of clear underneath it, in between it, and then we'll cover that clear up with the black. But it'll be a spiral with both those colors all the way down, and then we'll sculpt the color. We'll push and pull it along the surface so that all those pieces feather into that one direction. Come down like that, like that, like that, like that.
Hey Jake, guess what?
Huh.
The Witch's Hat mug is live on the website.
Live on the website, folks. If you're interested in the Witch's Hat.
I'm interested to see who's got those fast fingers.
Absolutely. Glassacademy.com. You know the deal.
I even put the link in the comments.
You don't even have to go to the website. Just click the link. It takes you right there. We'll put a nice handle, classic handle. I really love keeping things simple when you've got this much color application going on. So that's what we're going to do. That's the feathering technique, coming down like that. You got a foot on it, and boom.
You thinking any lip wrap on that, or you're just going to let it be
Probably going to have to
beautiful?
put a lip wrap on it, depending on how the color goes out, but yes, probably.
Told them about the way we have to carve for the glass during Halloween.
No, I have not. Oh!
And do it up on the mold?
Sideways. Marver.
Hey Oliver,
Yeah, Bess.
why wouldn't the ghost dance at the party?
Oh, I'm so bad at all these types of jokes. Why?
Because he had nobody to dance with. Get it? He had nobody.
You don't gotta say it again.
Behind
you.
So I'm going to start with clear. We're going to cover up the clear. This is not enough glass for the full mug. This is going to be the color application. Because the color is so dense, being this form, I'm comfortable putting it on a smaller bubble like this, letting it cool down, and then gathering a layer of clear over it too. And that extra layer of clear, by sandwiching the color in clear, it's going to reduce the effect of having the black really soft and the orange really stiff, and allow it to blow out a little more symmetrical. If you're hot, we can do the black first. Oh yeah, I think let's go for yours, Dad.
Hey Oliver,
Yeah, Bess. Yeah.
do you know what is a ghost's favorite play?
Tell me.
Romeo and Juliet.
Can't see them, but they're laughing behind the cameras. Classic.
Did you know I got hit with a grade school joke by
Grade
Matt
school.
the other day, and then he got Jake with it? Matt told Jake and I, hey, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt. And
I haven't heard that one
that
since-
since I was 7.
Yeah.
And I haven't told you this yet, Jake, but on the weekend, I got a little bit sleepy. I took a nap, and Matt called me and woke me up, and he hit me with that exact same joke again. He woke me up for that.
That's horrible. What a way to enter the world. Enter consciousness. Gentle. That extra little bit can be our lip wrap, or maybe even a trail or a runner. Yeah, if that one's ready to go.
Look at those even lines.
Nobody breathe. The precision.
That's where the clear was. I thought I got most of it out. Fat little belly.
Exactly the right amount.
Beautiful. Yep. That was just perfect. And now the beauty of the timing of that is that that clear is super solid now. That was probably down to about 1,000 degrees where that bone was, right on the edge of it. Oh, I guess I'll need the feathering tool. Mom, would you mind grabbing the feathering tool out of the...
That's a lovely noise.
But anywho, reheating it on the outside, those two bits were really hot still from being laid on there. I'm heating up just the outside. It's still not even moving yet, that bubble. So when I sit down, I'm not going to be dealing with a bubble flopping all over the place, but the color on the outside is still super, thank you, super hot. Watch this move. Whoosh. I'm going to do 4 of those.
You're going to do 4 of them, a little heat in between each one?
Little heat between each one, not too much. If you really dilly-dally and when the bubble's moving around, it's really difficult to get this color pattern to look correct. Boom. Now I'm going down the opposite way.
I'm just trying to find the best angle so the people can see with this one.
It's all about the angle.
Get right in there.
And one more. Just like when you're doing handles on a goblet, this was supposed to be Goblet Show tonight, but it was Halloween, so we're going to push Goblet Show off to the first of the month next month. I'm leaving it purposely dangling to one side because now when I come from the opposite side, by the time I do this, it's darn close to being back symmetrical.
29 seconds. Perfect short for Instagram. Actually, did I fill that the right way?
So now you got to take a little bit of extra
Straight up
time
only.
just to let those colors kind of
No,
wet
it is.
out,
It's only
smooth
straight
out
up. That's what she said.
before
She
we
told me that.
finish like getting it to size.
Precisely.
Okay.
If this was a regular mug and we had gathered it up and put fruit on the outside, I'd probably have the whole body shaped up at this point, but this is all color prep, and I still gotta finish it off, just like you were saying, the color tech, and then let it cool down again so I can put clear over top of it. And it's already kind of big, honestly, so I really gotta let it get it cold so I can drip the clear off and not get too much on there.
I didn't realize you were going to encase this.
Oh, yes. Pastries? Napoleon pastries? Yeah, I just watched a video on the Napoleon,
Dynamite?
no,
Bonaparte?
Napoleon, the guy from France,
Bonaparte?
and all the
Yep,
wars. Is that his last name?
Yeah.
I think. I'm mainly
No,
guessing.
that's it.
I just watched a half-hour documentary on him, and I don't even remember his last name. But I do remember how all the wars went down. Why is my brain like that?
Cornelia says it's snowing in Fenton and they have an emergency alert for poor visibility.
Do you think, Jake, we're going to get snowed in tonight on Halloween? All we have to eat is candy.
I think that as Michiganders, we should all just put our snow tires on our car and handle the snow like we grew up in Michigan.
I don't know. Where's your sense of adventure? Leave the summer tires on.
I agree with that, too. Well, I like
can
that.
confidently
My boys are
say,
slippery.
I can confidently say, everybody, that it's not raining out or snowing out
All right.
in Dearborn, Michigan.
All right.
Not a little
So
bit
we
of
shouldn't
weather.
have any problems. We won't have to call a escort to get us home because the roads are so bad.
I'd like to have an escort.
Not really.
So it doesn't look orange, folks. You guys just saw the shot there. It doesn't look orange. It looks kind of like hazy and brown, and then the black's looking really black. But that's because the temperature of the glass. I'm going to dunk it in the clear here, and I'm going to come over here and cool this pipe down. Notice the angle I'm pulling it back out at, like this, out of the glass, and letting as much of the clear as I can drip off. I don't want to make a humongous mug. I just want to encase that color so it doesn't get all crazy on me. But the longer I stay in here at this angle, the hotter the glass is getting, and you'll start to drip color off the tip into the clear furnace.
And you can see that little bit of extra clear on the tip, but all that color coming out underneath as it cools down a little bit. Lovely.
Right into the heat. Now it's time to build back up that core heat again. Then we'll start to blow it out and get a little bit of shape to this mug.
Yeah, Bess. It's got to be, I'm going to say wheat bread.
Either they prefer red.
My mom told me one today that I can't remember, but it was something about why some Halloween thing couldn't get pregnant. It was because they couldn't get people pregnant because they had a Halloweenie. I couldn't figure it out, but it was a cute one, I guess. That's blowing out nice.
Yes, it is.
It's really nice when it's encased, guys, because it just looks so much more crystalline, especially when you have the multi-colors.
Good. I gotta say, this is one of the first mugs we've made in a little bit after going through pumpkin season. We were hard and heavy in the pumpkin patch for a couple months there. Drinkware kind of phased out after the Ren Fair ended. It feels really good to be getting back to a classic shaped.
Kind of brings us back
vessel.
to the Ren times.
It does. Hello? Good.
We're gonna have Oliver do a paddle.
So Jake mentioned
Yeah, it sounds
earlier
great.
about
The
clean
cup
water
paddle?
That was the
When the time's
yeah.
right.
fund that our
We'll see if Oliver can have a steady hand.
I think Bess is talking about the signature situation.
Yeah, so Jake mentioned earlier about the Clean Water Fund. So that was the fund that our signature pumpkins donated towards, or a little bit of proceeds of each of those got donated towards the Clean Water Fund. So I know that Michelle will reveal later how much we've raised so far towards that. I know we've actually had some signature pumpkins sold tonight. But up until the beginning of the show, I want you guys to guess in the comments what our donation is up to.
That's right. What are they guessing? The amount that we're giving away?
Up to before the beginning of the show, because we've had some signature sales since.
Because it's the last opportunity to purchase signatures, correct?
Correct.
Tonight's the last night. We're
So
switching
if
into
you've been-
holiday mode.
If you've been going back and forth on the signature pumpkin, tonight is your last chance.
And we have a certain amount of mix that's only going to be around for a little bit longer. We made just enough for the signature pumpkin. So come around next year during pumpkin time, we can reminisce about this year's signature pumpkin, but we won't be doing custom orders because we're not going to mix up a batch for multiple hundreds of pumpkins for one custom order. So if you are on the fence or you want to get one for friends and family, tonight's your last opportunity, folks. And here goes the old-fashioned capaddle. Beautiful. Ooh, that's
You guys-
tight and crispy.
I
You guys
couldn't.
didn't get to see that, but Oliver was multitasking, camera in one hand, paddle in the other.
Was the camera angle good, Bess?
Camera
I
angle
couldn't
was
look
great.
at it. Okay, that's great. That's what I want to hear.
That was beautiful. Should we go with a Blackfoot?
I don't know.
I think we should.
What's it look like on the bottom?
It's a little bit orange heavy.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I think Blackfoot will be fine.
So we'll do a little recycle with black. Nice, tight, crispy one. And then we did, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but since Chris's piece of color, that orange was a little bit larger than the black, we had some left over, and he heated it back up and shaped it up and put it somewhere, and we'll see about that.
It's around.
Somewhere around here, I swear.
I don't know where. But we'll find it.
So I just got to be babysitting. I want to keep this nice and solid, and just like anything else, when we were applying that bone to the side of the witch's hat, if we were to drop a foot on here and this bottom was really hot, it would concave the bottom and I'd lose all the shape. I'd have no pressure to push against to get me that nice, tight, crispy foot on there.
Jake, would you say that when, like, in the process of making a mug, is your favorite step the babysitting step?
I gotta say, it's probably one of my least favorite, Oliver.
Oh,
You called it out.
man. So, well, then tell me, out of all the steps in a mug, what's the one that like you just get excited for the most?
Probably putting the handle on.
Putting the handle on?
It's got the most tension, the most room for air, the most build up. It's right at the end of the piece, and if you put it on correct, it finishes the mug, completes it, and makes it look amazing. I think the reason we don't like babysitting so much around here is because there's no progress in babysitting. You know, we're trying to make product, and we're trying to grow and learn and make really cool things, and when you're standing around looking at the piece,
Well, come on now. Chris is doing a lot of work right now.
it's true, it's true.
We can't rush a beautiful foot.
No, we cannot.
Hey, Oliver.
Bess, if you have another joke for me, I'm going to lose my mind.
What do you call a cleaning skeleton?
A cleaning skeleton?
Uh-huh.
I don't have a clue.
He's the grim sweeper.
That's a good one. Is that a Best original, or did that come from one of our amazing patrons?
No, I looked that one up.
Nice.
Bess Googled 100 Halloween-themed jokes to drive Oliver crazy.
Yeah.
The fear in Oliver's voice now every time I say, hey, Oliver, is killing me.
All right, so we got a nice foot on there. Nice and crispy. It's black. It's really soft, so we're going to have to really let that stiffen up. Chris is bringing over a clear punny, just the same situation we talked about with Oliver and the witch's hat. Got to get clear on the bottom there. And we're going to flip it around, but this wispy black action right here, I love these multiples right here. They kind of look like fangs or like claws almost.
Give me a 360 on that guy.
Anybody seen the movie Babadook?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yep.
That one.
I just watched that one the other night. It was a little creepy.
That one's a
A little bit creepy.
that'll get you.
That's a Halloween special.
I always liked the Inception series.
I don't know my movies.
Insidious.
Insidious.
Inception's also another good movie.
It is. It is. Are you guys?
I'm a big scary movie person.
I was gonna ask. You
Yeah.
like scary movies? You like them, Oliver?
In doses.
Seasonally.
I grew up watching a lot of scary movies with my grandpa,
Really?
but I'm a big crybaby about scary movies. So there's a lot of nightmares as a kid, and when
That'll
I got
do
in
it.
high school, I got back into it. But
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I like the campy Halloween movies,
Summer camp.
like the ones that are as much horror as they are comedy.
There was a whole section for that we saw on the streaming channel the other night. Horror comedy. I think that's exactly
Hammy
what you're
says the
talking about. I didn't even
Babadook
know.
is a weird Australian movie.
It's Australian, yeah.
Yep. Icarus has a joke for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Don't do this to me, Chris.
Icarus says, what's a bat's favorite holiday?
A what?
A bat's favorite holiday.
It's something.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes.
I'll have to churn up a laugh for that one.
Do you have any of that orange left, or did that one
I do. It's kind of got a little clear mixed into it.
good enough for a lipper, or no?
Real tiny one, probably. Just trim it and keep it small.
Okay. A nice trim. This is a big mug, and I love it. It's a Halloween special.
What colors did you use?
What's that?
This
What
is black
colors?
and orange.
Yeah, black and orange.
Nice and classic. I like it.
Bess is over there thinking she might have to scoop this one up.
Yeah. Wonder if it's an Al Bumpe candidate. Well, it's so big, we probably don't need any extra space on it. Maybe we'll just keep it with the nice, firmy, smooth, elegant shape. Anybody out there own Glass Academy mugs? I know someone specifically that has their eye on any of the mugs made on the show. We got a lot of patrons that collect different things, different products that we make. A lot of people are drinkware heavy. That's our bread and butter. It's what we love doing. That's why we're putting a beverage counter into our studio here over the next few months. But how many of you guys actually own Glass Academy mugs? Or we could say drinkware in general, because we do a lot of things that aren't mugs as well. One of those drinkware heavy patrons is getting a custom order done on next week's show. It's not going to be anything to do with drinkware. It's going to be something about royalty and power, and it's going to be adding to her collection of super one-of-a-kind beautiful pieces.
Sharon Watch says, what's the consensus on candy corn? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
It's a really good question.
Candy, that's a no-go for me.
It's a no-go for me because I feel like I'm just eating wax. There's no real flavor
That's
to
what
it.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
No good for me.
I mean, if you really are into that kind of thing, you could take like your Honeycrisp from the store and take the paring knife and just scrape off all the wax and just ball it up and just gnaw on a little bit of that.
Or pretty much I think the better one than that is you take all the used wax from your braces so that it doesn't like cut the front of your teeth. After you get it all out and you got a ball of it, then you shape it into a little piece of corn and you eat it. It's good, you know, braces wax. Sometimes
Braces
even
wax.
from the gallery, museum wax. The blue stuff that you just stick things on the wall with like a poster.
Yeah, the putty.
You can sculpt that. I don't know if that's edible though, but don't try that at home, folks.
Yeah, we don't really condone any of this behavior.
Unless it's to do it strictly with glass blowing, I don't know if people should really trust most of what we say.
I couldn't agree more.
The one thing that I did want to mention about is how many of you folks used to get those teeth that were all made out of wax?
Yeah.
And it was like the fangs, but you had the
Yeah.
big clown teeth, and you'd put them in your mouth, and you'd work them all night while you were trick-or-treating, and then eventually you'd just eat them, and they had like weird flavor, but it was just wax. And you just chew them up and spit them out.
I know exactly what you're talking
Nasty.
about.
I know Jake asked about who has GA mugs. I've got a couple answers in the chat here. I've got Pam says she has, Pam Keller says she has several drinkware pieces. She really likes the Van Gogh style ones.
Oh, yeah.
Pammy Hughes
Black
says she
handle?
has 5, but she would have more if international shipping wasn't a crazy charge, which I get. International shipping can be crazy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We've got Joyce says she has a couple mugs. We've got, let's see here. Dawn has 2. Wendy has 39 and counting.
Wendy has 39.
Wendy is 39. Carrie says she has 9 or 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Carrie's never really asked us to do this, I don't think. I don't think we've ever made a Boston Bruins colored
Oh, boy.
mug, because I don't know if it'd make it off the pipe just because of the overall mojo of the Red Wings in our studio.
It might just fall down.
Might just explode
Some
every
treachery.
time.
Yep, I know how that goes. We've seen some pieces. It's kind of like the gnomes when they get all riled up and they jump off the pipe mid-show. Except
They
I don't know if we
love
can...
to jump.
They're big jumpers. But they got
Tan-
like 12 lives.
Tanya says she has about 50.
Tanya's got a serious collection. What up, Tanya? Hope you're doing well.
I think Tanya has a horse's tail mug. If I
Yes,
remember, I
do
think
think
I made
so.
that for her, and it was
It was a
super
happy hour
pimp.
special.
Tanya also put a joke in the comments for you guys.
Oh?
Tanya says, where does the witch usually take her vacation?
I'll see you guys later.
We don't
Oh,
know.
Jake's running from that
Jake ran
joke.
away.
Witchville?
Wichita, Kansas.
That could be a
Picked
close
random
one.
state.
What is it?
Oh, did you pick a random state?
I don't know where Wichita actually is. I assume it's in
Can you
Kansas.
turn it into an optic
It
twister? or
says
is it too
anywhere
late?
that has a broom with a view.
Anywhere with
I
a broom with a
could.
view. Okay.
Is that what you
I
want?
do like that Oliver picked Kansas.
It's
can
not
do it.
too late.
Were
Well,
you thinking
Wichita,
like Wizard of Oz? Kinda?
Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, that's a good one, Oliver.
You missed the city was the joke.
Yeah, I
there.
didn't hear the city. All I heard was the state, and I was like, that's a really random state to pick.
Where's a witch vacation? Kansas.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking like Wizard of Oz kind of theme. I was going with it.
What's that? I think we're good. Just getting focused. We just switched it up and turned it into an optic twister here last moment because it just needs that little extra bit of pizzazz. It's a more difficult handle, but I think with all the simplicities of the shape and the foot and the color of the handle, a little extra bit is going to really complete this piece. Totally. The history of feathering. Yes.
Little twist as we pull it up.
Thank you.
Roll it.
Got it. Yeah.
The beast.
It's a beauty.
I like it when it's got a little bit of room up there.
It's really, I agree. I was just going to say, it's really hard, and you got to really be very conscious of when you're making a larger mug like this, not making the handle for some sort of giant.
Plus, you got enough room if you decided to put a witch's hat thumb bit on it.
Absolutely. And a GA stamp.
And a GA stamp. We never forget the GA stamp around this GA establishment.
No, that handle went on just really, honestly, perfect. And now what we're going to do is, I think Chris was mentioning he might have wanted to jump in and put a witch's hat thumb saddle on this bar color feathered
All right.
mug.
Okay.
Man.
We want to do a full rotation. I'll hop on the camera. You assist Chris. Chris makes a witch's hat.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Just to give you guys a heads up, it is 7:40.
Holy son of a gun.
Let's make it happen quick, Oliver. Give me a
After
black.
this, I'll do housekeeping,
I don't
and
know.
then you
Maybe
guys
we
can
should
do
do
a
it
small
green.
giveaway. They have not. So if everybody wants to put in the comments, I'll mention it again.
Just want like a thumb
You guys
size
wanna
I'm gonna
guess
take a green.
How much from the
black,
start of the show today we've
Careful.
raised so
a
far
black
for the
bit with a
Clean Water
green
Fund?
bit after. Give me a black bit, marble
Michelle's
size.
got our giant
Get your
cardboard check
guesses
ready
in.
to go.
Get your guesses in. Mom, would you mind, while he gathers that up, would you mind holding the camera for a second? Because while there's this lull in activity, and since we don't have that much time, I wanted to see what it sounds like when nerds dance on molten glass.
Nice.
I'm going to have to taste one first to make sure
One
they're
coat's
real.
gonna be good, Oliver.
No, they're real.
I'm gonna be coming right over here, Michelle. Right there. You ready, Oliver?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Oh, we got something fancy going on here, folks.
Straight up.
This must be thine brim.
Got it.
The Finesse Master. I'll bring these back. There's one, that was 1 milli-inch away from, if he were to touch the side of the piece with that cold marber, the lip would have cracked instantly.
Now I'm gonna need a bigger bit than that, Oliver.
Okay.
We've
So,
got a lot of guesses coming in. We've got 670, 718, 550, 700, 880.
I'll just start with a fresh one.
8,500. That's a big guess. 476, 650. So all over the map we've got guesses.
I will say I heard one
You
in
get me
there
a
that
bit like the
was
size of my thumb
Pretty
on
close.
that.
It was
Okay.
darn close, and it was, if I had to do the math, it would be, I don't know, my brain's not working quick enough to not give it to you guys exactly as the number. I was going to try and get creative with it.
But if we were playing the prices right, they would probably win.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And how about we're going to pick for holiday? It's time to throw in your choices.
Who are we going to pick for holiday? Oh, yes, and we are.
Down like this, so it gets real narrow by the pipe and it's fat down at the end.
Yeah, we're looking for, we've got a couple different ideas. Beautiful.
So we've got a question. Does the signature ornament always match the signature pumpkin?
We do our best to match them, and we're gonna, what I was just saying is that we're gonna switch up the charity, and we're looking for suggestions for another charity here for our next signature item, which we're gonna do an ornament, and we're very much planning on doing a candy cane as well. Look at that beauty. Cut at an angle to make it a witchy poo special. But we will have a matching ornament this year. We have enough color mix pre-made to make these ornaments. We're going to get into ornament mode here soon.
We've got a couple more guesses in. We've got Katrina says 1,200, Stephanie says 811, Dana says 975, Wendy says 883.
Okay. Everyone's got some pretty good guesses going. Remember, that's going to be bright orange and black. This piece is going to be for sale. Due to the nature and the intensity of both of the pieces we've done here, we've only got 2 pieces done here today. So based on the timing, we've still got enough time to do the giveaway after this. Ooh, look at some slices in there. That's looking really good, but we are going to have to do a little bit of housekeeping briefly after this one, where we're going to be giving away last week's piece, and we will let you know the final number that's going to be donated to the Clean Water Fund, folks. What do you guys think of our charity pick this year, the Clean Water Fund? Would you look at that? This one's going to be for sale. We got to get it in the box. We got to get it safe and sound. And when it's in there, we will put a price on the website for you. And a reminder, since it's in the box, we don't have the weight of it, shipping's included, and we don't have a picture of it. We're going to name it something, the Witchy Poo Orange and Black Super Mug or something of the sort. But we can't take a picture of it here now and get it up on the website while it's hot. So we just write the name on there. You guys saw the show. You know the deal. Typically, these pieces don't make it through the night, but we'll let you know where they stand on the annealer reveal on Thursday, 3 p.m. if they're still available, if they're not available, and we'll show you them in their true glory.
There it is, boys and girls.
Incredible piece. GA team putting it together.
It looks nice.
And so this is how we're going to get it off of the pipe here. A little bit of water. Tender tap. Beautiful break. Oliver's coming in with the torch, getting rid of all those sharp edges. And Chris is going to grab our sweet claw.
Just being mindful to take off those sharp edges without burning any of the color.
Completely. Super wise. Into the box, past our plant. Over to the red dot, that means it's hot, 1,000 degrees, past the tools. And we got a beautiful box full of product over here. Nothing on the top shelf.
There we go.
Another
Nice
combo.
work, nice work. Beautiful,
Hey,
beautiful.
great work on that one, Jay. Good feathering.
And that's what I'm talking about. So back into the action. Perhaps we got a little bit of housekeeping before we get ready for the giveaway. Bess has her unicorn horn introduced to the scene. What do we got?
All right, couple things here. First, some of you were very, very close in the comments. So like I mentioned, This is the amount we've raised so far for the Clean Water Fund up to the beginning of today's show. I know we've had at least 3 signature pumpkins sold during the show, so obviously that number has now gone up. But have a drum roll in your minds for a second.
Is this the reveal? Give us the drum roll, folks. Here we go.
So far we have raised $884 since the beginning of the show, at the beginning of the show, for the Clean Water Fund. So that's an awesome amount that's going to go to them. They help keep our water clean, just like the Great Lakes as far as regional, and then they also do things nationally as well. So
super cool,
very
super
cool.
important resource for all people in the world, and that's a beautiful darn thing right there. We'll be writing that check here. At the end of the night, we'll have our final number when there's no longer signature pumpkins available for sale.
Absolutely. Next up for housekeeping, I do have our giveaway winner, and I will come over here.
Look at that outfit.
It's nice and warm. For our Rupert's Drop glass. So if you guys remember last week, we did a lot of different Rupert's Drops, and we did that giant one that was made out of recycled glass that actually broke the bucket when we popped it.
That was serious.
But this was made this was made from recycled glass, and then on the outside we have all of the little shattered, crumbly pieces and bits from that. So nothing sharp. I'm touching it. I'm feeling it. Safe to drink out of, safe to hold, safe to touch, because it did kind of get melted
glass
down.
Too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So this is going home to...
Here we go, the big reveal. They entered last week. Here we go.
Kara Jepson.
Kara Jepson.
So
okay.
Congratulations, Kara. If you are local, you can pick this up absolutely free to you. Or if you wanted to have that shipped to you, it will be $15 shipping, but you're getting a beautiful piece. Look out for an email from us. Donna sends those out. She's fantastic staying on top of that. So if you haven't gotten one already, I have no doubt you'll get one by tomorrow. So go ahead and keep an eye out for that email. And congratulations.
Incredible. Congrats. Super cool. Anything else you got for me here?
I'm taking a look. We don't have anything crazy going on. Just a reminder for today's giveaway question. If you could create a custom glass Halloween decoration, what would it be? What element or themes would you include? So if you want to answer that question, you're going to send that answer to enews@glassacademy.com. And I always do like to read the winner's answer to their question as well. So our question last week was, what's your favorite road trip snack? Kara's was homemade beef jerky.
Homemade beef jerky. That's amazing. It takes time, too.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool. So congratulations,
cool.
Kara. Again, keep an eye out for that email. And now we're making this week's giveaway.
All right, let's get to it. Send those answers to enews@glassacademy.com. We got Michelle and Oliver whipping it up in the shop. They're in the blue cabinet over there on the top shelf. And here we go, folks. And maybe we can close the show by sizzling some nerds. No biggie. I had the camera, and I figured that would be a nice up-close visual to close up the show.
Do you think we're going to do a Halloween show and not sizzle some nerds?
Who do you think we are? Or like a really famous guy, maybe you guys know this video. Who do you think you are? I am. Anybody know that video?
I do know that video.
That's one of my top 10 videos. I love that video.
We've sizzled mushrooms before, so it only makes sense to sizzle the nerds.
We sizzled some serious shrooms too, folks. Canned mushrooms. I don't know what we're making just yet.
I keep forgetting I have wings.
So, I just noticed out of the corner of my eye, folks, that Bess has wings and a unicorn horn. So that means she's a Pega unicorn.
All right.
Whoa.
I like it. We're going to go with it.
That is true.
I mean, because that's 2 different species, Pegasus and unicorn.
And neither of them live on planet Earth.
What?
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Rumor has it that if you can drink a little bit, if you can very friendly, like
one more Coke,
tap a little bit of unicorn blood, you live forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like some sort of mythological myth.
Now I just gotta get it super hot and I'm ready.
Anybody ever tried that before? Michelle's swinging it out, getting some length on that. Oliver's got something of an orange color over here. Did I see that?
Nah, it's blue.
Blue.
We have no
Well,
idea what
same
you're
thing.
making.
Just put it in the chat. Got this. I don't have a way. Just say that.
Why did you tell everybody
Michelle's
in the
saying,
chat?
what the heck? You don't know what I'm making yet?
Put it in the chat.
She thinks you guys might know in the chat.
Can I tell them the colors you're using? She said, orange and yellow. Come on, don't you know? It's Halloween. So I don't know what that meant, but I still don't know. But I've got the corks ready. And the best thing about the corks, you guys, is this. Oh, yes, the smell of corks. It just is like just a nice reminder of the glass blowing studio.
I've had a lot of people commenting saying that they want that mug that was just made. So I'm working on getting it posted now, and you guys are going to have fast fingers.
Yeah, that was a real beautiful one. She's going to post the link probably too, which helps with the quick finger special technique. But
I know,
that one had the bar color, the witch's hat.
I know top secret information about somebody who's got a lot of mugs out there.
Oh, yeah?
And what they don't use their fast fingers, they use their fast toes.
What?
Yep, they got the keyboard down by their feet, and when they go to get the mug, they just take their big toe and bam.
Really?
Yep.
Can you disclose that information, or is that top secret?
No, because I didn't disclose the person who does it, but they seem to get mugs a lot, and they told me on the sly that that's what they did.
All right, so the mug is now live. I hit enter at the same time on YouTube and Facebook for the link so that everybody has a fair chance.
All right.
I just heard a bunch of your fast finger action going on over there, Bess. It was
Yeah,
like,
I heard it.
Yeah,
Tap,
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 snap, tap, tap, tap.
So Michelle's shaping it up. She asked Oliver for a trail on the bottom here. One does still not know what is being made around these parts, but we will see here soon. Had Oliver doing a dance over there.
I almost moonwalked back to the bird.
Whoa.
Ah, and Oliver is going into the white. Nice tender taps. It doesn't take any force really to pick up color because that glass instantly sticks and sticks and melts and sticks to the surface. Just like that. It's kind of like sprinkles on an ice cream cone. They don't just roll off the side. They stick and they taste really good.
Those nerds are pretty good I just macked.
Yeah.
My teeth kind of hurt. As soon as I put them in my mouth, my teeth hurt. It's like, I don't have any cavities or anything, but why does it do that?
I don't know.
I mean, I put
Help
some,
us know.
Yeah, I put some natural, earthly,
Want like more than
healthy
2
food in
coats
there,
of
and my
white?
teeth don't hurt.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
So the, as
Best
Jake
knows.
called it, Witchy Poo Orange and Black Super Mug is sold.
Sold!
Man,
The Witch's Brew Hat Mug is still available.
with the straw, the
With the
custom
straw.
matching green
I'm going now
straw.
to see who snagged that other mug. And it was Katrina
Katrina got it?
with the fast fingers.
Which one? The witchy poo?
Yep, the Witchy Poo Orange and Black Super Mug.
I called it in my brain. I didn't say it out loud, but you guys know Katrina's the mug connoisseur around these parts. She got a beauty to add to the collection. Halloween special. And Michelle is a work in it. Beautiful. But she's got it on there. She's cutting off a little bit extra there.
It looks like she's making some type of teeth.
Oh.
And in
Oh,
case you
I'm
guys are
starting
new
to
and logging in
see.
for the first time, this is a giveaway piece.
I think I may know what this one is.
What do you think it is,
I
Jake?
think I've got an idea.
I think I just figured
Let's-
it out myself.
Yeah, we're putting it together.
We just dual brain blasts over here is what happened.
Yeah,
Something
there's
happened.
sparks in between
If
our
you
brain.
think you know what Michelle's making, go ahead and put it in the chat.
We
We'll
gotta
see if
see
you're
it.
correct.
We got to see it. Put it in the chat.
My-
5 minutes.
My mom bought a big old bag of these for my sister for her birthday because my sister Jenny her birthday is today on Halloween. I remember when my mom said, your sister's going to have to take you trick-or-treating because I have to go to the hospital and have a baby.
Wow.
I remember that.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. But she had bought a bag of these tasty treats and had them, and then they knocked them off the counter onto the kitchen floor, and there was no chance they were getting swept up on the kitchen floor to give to Jenny to eat, so they went into the garbage can.
Yeah,
No,
we've got
just,
a lot of comments for candy corn.
Oh!
And in case you guys are new, this is the giveaway, which means you cannot purchase this piece. This piece you can only win. So you will send your answer to our giveaway question of the week to enews@glassacademy.com. Our question of the week is, if you could create a custom glass Halloween decoration, what would it be? What elements would it have? So send your answers to enews@glassacademy.com, and you can win this fantastic piece of candy corn.
The giveaway.
I kind of got a feeling that we're going to go into a slight little bit of OT, folks, and it's definitely deserving since the Wings went into OT last night.
That's right.
Yep. So they were playing against, who were they playing against?
I think it was Columbus.
Oh, yeah, no, the Blue Jackets?
Maybe. Or something.
Who was it? I can't remember. Jeez, oh, Pete.
I wasn't even
And I
watching
watched
the game.
whole game. My
I
face
was-
squashed up against the TV screen.
There were a lot of Detroit sports happening last night.
Three
Yeah,
of
there
them.
was. The Lions. The Tigers weren't playing.
The Tigers were not playing.
And they should have named the Wings the Bears. I told you why.
Michelle's asking why Chris sits so close to the TV when he's
Is it
watching hockey.
Because he's so excited.
Yes. Thank you, Oliver. I was going to just say that, and it's just because I was so excited. Every time I jump up, because we scored again in the third period, I just got excited. This thing just instantly turned into a piece of candy corn. Look at it.
How fun is that?
Let's just do a little bit for the smell, folks.
I do love the smell of that.
So
Yes,
good.
me too.
Okay, how about a little bit at the bottom?
A little bit, Oliver. I'm the Corkmeister. Oh, well, I'll bring the punty. He's
Are
bringing
you
the
going
bit,
for like
I'll
a
bring the punty.
Maurice and Punty?
Maurice and Punny combo. Kind of rounded, I think.
Do you know what you bring when you need something to stick the punty on to the bottom of the piece on Halloween night? A Maurice's peanut butter cup. Pating pong.
Yep. That's a good one. Here comes Oliver in with the hot, clear gather. Michelle drips it on there, cuts it off. A little bit of torchy poo.
You making a punty for me?
I think he's punnying it up, yep.
Hey, Oliver, I've got one more joke for you.
You don't gotta. What is it, Des?
Why did the skeleton have such low self-esteem?
Why?
Because he had no body to love.
Oh, poor guy.
Nobody to love, nobody to dance with.
Jeez. Anybody getting trick-or-treaters at their house right now? I do love
Is it a
handing out
glass or
candy,
something,
having a
or-
bonfire in the driveway of my place.
Should I
If
close
it
it
wasn't
up?
the show tonight, I'd already be doing it. Chances are, by the time I get home at 9 p.m.,
Put a
the
white lip
children are
wrap on
probably
it.
not going to be out there walking around anymore.
When I was a kid, you stayed out so much later than kids do now.
I swear it's true.
Like, we didn't go out until it got dark, and now kids are like done when it gets dark.
Yeah, it's true. It's a scary world out there.
Yeah?
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful flip around by Oliver.
It's a team effort.
Team effort. And Chris is going to be putting a white lipper on here.
Think we should tungsten it?
No.
If we're closing it off?
I don't think so. Not me personally.
We're already getting some answers pouring in for the giveaway question to the email. So, guys, don't forget to get your answer in to win.
Bring it on
in
over.
to win. That's right.
So that question one more time is if you could create a custom glass Halloween decoration, what would it be? What elements would it have? What would it look like? You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com and you could win this piece of candy corn.
Incredible.
Here at Whistling?
I do.
All it does is sit on your table, sit in your candy bowl. It's not functional.
It's just fun. It's a giveaway. You guys can enter to win it. That's going to be amazing. After this piece, we're going to burn and sizzle some nerds.
Do we have the nerds out? Is there some nerd prep that needs to happen
We do
here?
have some nerds prepped here,
Okay. We got some purple
but
nerds.
we could go with multicolor. Double pour. The more nerds we have here, not burned, the more nerds we're going to eat, is my mentality.
Yeah, but you're talking as someone who doesn't like nerds. I've noticed that you open up my favorite flavor of nerds
Oh, no.
for the sacrifice.
No, the grapies? Super Blaster. So we're going to do a mix of both, except now all of a sudden half of the grape nerds have disappeared.
Yeah,
Look
instantly.
at whose mouth they're in.
Let me just see that real quick. That's
There's our strawberry pinkies.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. They're slowly disappearing, folks.
A couple people said they would really love for us to make in the future candy corn vases.
Vases? Candy
So if the
corn
top of that was
vases.
open like a little bud vase.
What would you even put in a candy corn
I
vase?
feel like we could do a color scheme on the pocket vases like that.
That's what
GA?
I thought she was making to begin with.
GA stamp?
Candy corn pocket vase.
Oh.
GA stamper coming in. Imagine if you had a little bundle of... What's going on? What?
You know
Our
what you
nerds.
would put in like a candy corn themed pocket vase, Jake?
I can't really think of anything.
You would put those like fruit bouquets that people make where like they cut up all the fruit like it's like flowers and all that. That's
Edible
what-
arrangement.
that's the words that I was looking for.
Edible candy corn.
You could put just a bunch of little candy corns on sticks protruding out of the candy corn
Like a
pocket
bunch
vase.
of honey sticks or something.
Yeah. Oh, little GA stamper on the side. Here it comes.
What was that one can? I can't think of what it was called. It was like just a plastic tube that they would fill with pure sugar, and
The
it'd come in
pixie
Pixie stick.
that.
Those were tasty.
Those were very
Those-
That was just raw
That was just
sugar to the face.
They also had those wax tubes with the weird liquid in them.
That's
Yeah.
the honey sticks.
No, not honey sticks. Like you just
No,
bite
it was like a
like
wax tube.
Sugar
you bit
water.
the top of it off and you drank it.
Suck it all out and then chew up the wax. And all right, we're going to give you guys one look of this piece of candy corn before it goes into the oven. Michelle, it's unbelievable. It's going to be bright orange and yellow, you guys, just like a piece of candy corn. It looks a little brown right now. We're going to have to put this away on a paddle, Oliver.
Okay.
Slippery
Right on that guy.
special.
So are we doing the nerds next?
It'll be nerd time.
Take it away.
I'll get the dough.
Thank you.
We're about to get into Christmas season here, holiday season, where we're going to be making our patented Michigan pine.
Ooh.
And Oliver's going to be pretty good at working the paddles, carrying them away. We've got some really cool pine trees. If you guys are new to the show, wait till we get into snowmen, penguins, pine trees, ornaments, candy canes. It's all coming up in the next couple months.
I gotta get a good close-up video of
November
the
14th, our big holiday show. Who are our certified nerd pourers?
Me.
I'll be a nerd pourer.
2 flavors,
What
2
are we
nerd
doing?
pours.
Where are we pouring them?
Right on the marver. I'm going to drop a big old patty. I'm going to take the back of the pumpkin looping tool and give it a nice rounded area in the middle so they don't disperse and fall out. And
All
we'll
right.
pour them and pool them
I
up
like
in the
that.
middle.
What about the round ball bearing? It's big enough. What about this guy?
But I want it to be round in the middle so it's... Oh, I see. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, and then if everything works out fine, I got first dibs on the first bite of the crispified nerd puddle.
All right.
Do you think we're going to be making a little nerd pancake right now?
A nerd cake.
I don't know
Nerd
if that's
cake.
going to be enough.
This? Are you sure?
Positive it's not enough. You're going to take another dip?
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd suggest that. Thank goodness I suggested this,
That
guys.
was a close
or it would have
call.
been a failed nerd melt.
I'm ready. I'm gonna try to get a close-up shot of
Here
this
we go.
for Instagram. So
Nerd time.
You guys might be able to see it close
I'll grab
up.
the diamonds on the way.
This is my nerd. Are we going to try to get some type of a swirl of
Here we
nerd flavor? Give me it all, baby. Now that's what I
That
call...
is the nerd patty.
We're just going to go right on top. Do it. A little 50-50 mix.
Oh, whoa, look at that.
I didn't want the nerds on the marble to melt.
Oh, it
That
smells,
smells so good.
amazing.
Oh, it smells like Nerdville.
It smells like Nerdville. Oh, look at it's crispifying.
That's your
It's-
patty
that's
that
the
you're
patty.
going to have to taste, Jake.
Oh my
We
god.
may have invented a new product. Look at it.
Oh my.
Is it going to
Listen to
release
that
off the glass?
sound.
I'm going to see if I can get it off there with a slight tap. We're going to wait. I got some tweezers coming.
Okay. We've got nerds all over the place.
Eat the neds. I think we've broken it free, folks. Oh,
It's split in half.
oh, it's fragile.
That is a nerd patty with texture.
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
So we'll let that cool here so you don't burn your tongue.
This is going to taste
Uh-oh.
like carbon.
Wow, folks. Wow. So we're gonna get this away before it explodes in our face. Pretty
you go.
cool looking patty though. It's
got
gonna go
nerd-
back in the clear,
It's got nerd
burn
mojo.
away the carbon.
We don't know what nerds could do to the tank of glass, so
It's
don't
true.
jeopardize.
Put it in the recycle.
How do the warm nerds taste?
Those have glass powder mixed in them.
They do?
Yup.
From where?
Thaw the white.
Ew.
Please don't eat those.
I gotta close it down as I
This
eat this
one.
nerd patty. I'm closing it down right now. Look at that. Right here.
Why are you eating that?
Happy Halloween, folks.
It tasted like nothing.
I'm ready to spit it out now.
All right. No, you got to swallow.
Let me get some water.
Pure carbon.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys next week, Thursday at 3 p.m. for the annual reveal. Shouts out to the VIPs. Tonight's the last night for Signature Pumpkin, so get your orders in, buy a couple extra, give them out as Christmas gifts, folks, and we'll give you the final number of our donation to the Clean Water Fund.
And right here, look that way, Jake. Let's go Red Wings, guys.
Bye-bye now.